Coming up, Tzu Chi volunteers and TIMA members in Indonesia hold free clinics for mudslide survivors in Central Java. Tzu Chi volunteers in New Taipei City beautify their communities ahead of the year-end blessing ceremonies. Welcome to DaAi Headlines. I'm Mary Lee. Thank you for joining us. We start today's program in Indonesia. Consecutive days of rain throughout December triggered a landslide in Central Java. Immediately following the incident, Tzu Chi volunteers arrived at the disaster site in Banjarnegara district to conduct a distribution to assist affected residents. As well, a free medical clinic was also held in Binangun village.
This free clinic is very important as we were asked by the Binangun villagers to organize a free clinic. We are really grateful for this opportunity, and we received a positive turnout. Because of the free clinic, many residents were relieved of pain and suffering.
Consecutive days of heavy rain throughout the month triggered a mudslide in Banjarnegara district. Although most were not directly affected by the disaster, it did cause a huge inconvenience to residents living in and around the area. Because of the poor living conditions and sanitation, many children are suffering from impetigo infection and adults from rheumatism. The residents' sense of helplessness vanished as they walked into the free clinic venue. With their ailments addressed, they were able to return home with strength to brave the days ahead.
Turning our focus to northern Thailand, as part of Tzu Chi's poverty alleviation program, volunteers held winter aid distributions in Wang district around mid-December with the help of students and other local volunteers. This year, a total of 5,471 families were helped at the 3 distributions held at the Tzu Chi Chiang Mai school over a span of 2 days. Here in Thailand at the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School, Tzu Chi volunteers are holding an annual winter aid distribution for the 5,741 impoverished families from Wang district. Besides volunteers at the event, students also lend a hand. Seats and massages are given to those who need a little pampering. Though I am a little tired today, I am filled with happiness as I was able to help these poor residents. In giving, I saw how blessed I really was. My heart is filled with Dharma joy. The Wang district mayor and other educational officials also seized the chance to pass on the love.
Tzu Chi's blankets, winter clothes, and socks will help these residents through the winter months.
It's cold here, so I'm happy to receive this blanket from Taiwan. I'm extremely grateful. Thank you. Tzu Chi began its poverty alleviation program in northern Thailand in 1994. And since that time, the cycle of love has yet to break. Meanwhile, Tzu Chi volunteers pack lemons and pandan leaves inside a mesh bag. These plants were grown locally. They help to remove foul odors from the bathroom. As part of a winter aid distribution event for the poor in Wang district, Tzu Chi volunteers asked some 10 hairstylists to give recipients a fresh new look.
We have come to volunteer our services and help others while creating blessings for ourselves.
It's great that I receive a blanket to keep warm and a free haircut.
Among the volunteers, Tzu Chi Chiang Mai school staff also came to help.
The senior is running a fever, so I brought her here to rest. I took her temperatures and wiped her forehead. I will continue to watch out for her.
I'm grateful Tzu Chi is here to help our residents. So as long as I can do something to help, I'm glad to reciprocate.
Northern Thailand is cold in December, but Tzu Chi's love leaves each recipient with a happy and joyous feeling in warming them up ahead of the holidays. to Christmas, Tzu Chi volunteers worldwide made sure that their care recipients, the poor and the disadvantaged, had enough food and aid to get through the holidays. Later on in our report, we joined Tzu Chi volunteers in the Philippines as they held a winter relief distribution and provided free haircuts for their care recipients at the Jingsi Hall in Quezon City, while volunteers in Indonesia prepared rice and instant noodles for 32 care recipient families. Now first, let's go to the Southern Hemisphere and join Tzu Chi volunteers in Johannesburg, South Africa, as they prepared hot meals and gifts for children in Pimrose on the eve of Christmas.
In a place where starvation and extreme poverty is still a part of everyday life, Tzu Chi's presence has brought hope to the poor in Pimrose. Opened in 2010, the soup kitchen has warmed the hearts and stomachs of countless hungry people. Volunteers prepared snacks and hot food to share the joys of Christmas with local residents.
I've come from Taiwan, Buddha's Tzu Chi Foundation.
Seeing the familiar blue and white clad volunteers, children rush up to share the new words they have learned.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Christmas wouldn't be Christmas without gifts, hence volunteers prepared bags filled with toys for each of the children, with the hope that the joy and warmth of Christmas may fill their hearts in the days to come. Counting down to Christmas, Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers have a surprise in store for their care recipients.
This month, we provided additional assistance to our care recipients. Apart from the monthly financial support, as it is Christmas time, we brought rice and instant noodles, as well as increased our monetary assistance to them this month. I'm really happy that the volunteers from the Tzu Chi Foundation came to visit us on the eve of Christmas. They also come during the Chinese New Year as well. We're truly grateful for all the assistance.
The aid that contains the love of Tzu Chi volunteers is sure to warm the hearts and stomachs of care recipients this winter. This distribution on the eve of Christmas is unlike any other. Kitchen volunteers prepare tasty vegetarian dishes, while trainees of Tzu Chi's livelihood training program came to provide free haircuts for their care recipients.
Because of Tzu Chi's livelihood training program, I learned haircutting techniques. Even though I haven't graduated yet, I am able to help others.
Over the years, care recipient Carlito has managed to rid himself of his bad habits and turn over a new leaf thanks to Tzu Chi.
The Tzu Chi volunteers have helped me greatly. They have provided me with rice, daily necessities, as well as medical care.
Receiving rice and daily necessities, care recipients leave with smiles on their faces and gratitude in their hearts, ready to celebrate this wonderful season of Christmas.
Thank you for the rice and the daily supplies. We will definitely have a great Christmas.
Tzu Chi volunteers' love brings joy to hearts and brightens the holiday season for care recipients.
One of the fundamental medical techniques that an anesthesiologist has to master is intubation, so patients can breathe normally during surgery. Though tracheal intubation is the easier technique to perform, sometimes it is simply not viable, and the more challenging nasogastric intubation has to be performed. We now introduce you to Dr. Lai Yu-yong, the chief of the anesthesiology department at the Dalian Tzu Chi Hospital, who has no problem performing the technique, but says he still has nightmares about patient complications.
Theoretically, those with a high alcohol tolerance tend to need a bit more sedative than normal. But more importantly, drink sensibly to protect your liver, which reduces the risk of anesthesia-related complications.
At Darling Tzu Chi Hospital, Mr. Liao is undergoing tumor removal surgery to treat his third-stage oral cancer. Thus, Dr. Lai has opted to perform nasogastric intubation as to not damage the tumor. Due to the limited field of vision, the technique is a challenge for anesthesiologists.
Reaching the trachea from the nose is definitely more difficult than doing it from the mouth, as the passage is longer and more winding. That's why it's harder. Also, the doctor can only see through an endoscope to perform the procedure, instead of seeing directly. Some experience is needed to make sense of the image feedback.
As residents in southern Taiwan like to smoke and chew betel nut, there are more cases of face and neck cancer there as well. On average, Darling Tzu Chi Hospital performs 4 face and neck cancer-related surgeries a week. Dr. Lai always performs his job flawlessly every time, because in the past, when there were fewer anesthesiologists, he had to handle all surgeries by himself.
Back then, when there was just me, I just slept at the hospital. My children were really young then and were only in elementary school. If they wanted to see their dad, they had to visit me at my office on the 2nd floor. So, of course, this is a very demanding job. Even now, I still occasionally dream of things going wrong for my patients and wake up distraught in the middle of the night. So, yes, I do still get stressed out.
During surgery, Dr. Lai says it's like breathing with a ton of rocks on his chest, and the weight only comes off after his patients wake up properly. It is for this moment that motivates Dr. Lai to stay at his post.
Though I'm not a doctor on the front line, there is still a sense of accomplishment when I see a patient is discharged in good health.
Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremonies are set to kick off next week. Ahead of the celebration, volunteers from Luzhou and Banqiao hit the streets to clean up their communities, as well as their local Jingsi Hall. For volunteers, it was not only a chance to beautify their surroundings, but also purify their hearts.
Ahead of this year's year-end blessing ceremony, 200 volunteers gather at Luzhou's Jingsi Hall with the goal of cleaning from top to bottom.
These year-end cleanings remind us that a new year is almost upon us. It also brings up the joy of the year-end blessing ceremonies.
With experience accumulated over the years, volunteers quickly divide up the jobs between them, ensuring not one corner is missed, and that includes the toilets.
The bathroom floors need to be cleaned, as well as the toilet bowls themselves, which have to be cleaned of any smells. The point is to get them all clean. Seeing them clean is a reward in itself.
Dust is like the affairs of the world. When our hearts are covered in this dust, through everyone's efforts, the dust is removed from our hearts, and the pure light will naturally emerge.
While over in Tzu Chi Banqiao grounds, 100 volunteers have taken to the streets to clean up in the neighborhood around the Banqiao Jingsi Hall.
Over this day, we have a chance to become more familiar with our neighbors. Although living next to our Jingsi Hall, there are some neighbors that have not yet had the chance to participate in our year-end blessing ceremony, so we hope this will encourage them to attend.
Although the weather is cold outside, the volunteers' enthusiasm keeps them warm, while injuries are overcome with devotion and commitment.
My foot was still not 100%. It still hurt a bit, but after working out there and giving it my best, my foot no longer hurts.
Sweeping the ground is more than just that. When the ground is dirty, your state of mind is also not good. After cleaning it up, your state of mind will be peaceful or even happy. So by sweeping out here, we are also cleaning our own hearts. Welcoming in the new year with a broom or dust rag, these volunteers have discovered the truth that joy comes from within.
In Hualien County, Taiwan, the Tzu Chi Foundation has continued to renovate the homes of senior residents to provide them with a safe living environment. In Shuiyuan Village, Tzu Chi volunteers recently helped a 56-year-old grandmother repair her home. With the assistance of Tzu Chi volunteers and community members, the senior and her granddaughter now finally have a safe and warm place to live.
An old house that leaks is where Grandma Wu and her 4-year-old granddaughter call home. Thankfully, the Tzu Chi Foundation decided to lend a helping hand. Prior to the renovation, volunteers first discussed their plan with the senior's family.
We will clean up this room for you, but we can't do so without water. We will need to apply for water supply first.
While some of the volunteers give the furniture a thorough cleaning outdoors, others rolled up their sleeves to remove mold from the walls.
We worked hand in hand to finish the painting and all the woodwork. Although no one is an expert in the field, we are still very happy to be able to help.
With the assistance of community member Zhuo Chengzhong, who used to work as a house painter, the walls are repainted in no time.
I feel extremely happy. I'm benefiting myself by helping others.
To give the house a warm touch, Zheng Qiaoxuan, who is here volunteering alongside her mother, paints a wisteria design on the walls.
This is a larger wall painting. I think it'll help leave those living here feel more relaxed.
This time the renovation not only solved the leaky roof, but also installed a washroom for the senior. Furthermore, the volunteers even gifted the grandmother-granddaughter pair with a new mattress.
I am very happy because so many people are here to help me.
When it finally came to time to move in, everyone gathered together to eat glutinous rice balls like old friends. In the years to come, the relationship between the senior and the volunteers will surely continue to grow.
We have more reports on Tzu Chi's year-end blessing ceremony, but about those hosted by the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter in Malaysia. To help members of the public better understand Tzu Chi's missions, this year the volunteers have set up 6 exhibits named after the 6 paramitas, or 6 perfections: charity, conduct, tolerance, diligence, meditation, and wisdom. Next, we visit one of the 6 exhibits, the Tolerance Exhibition Hall, which showcases the Buddhist NGO's footsteps in protecting the planet.
Upon arriving at the doorstep of the exhibit, organized by the Tzu Chi Kuala Lumpur and Selangor chapter, one can see a model of a healthy and sick planet.
The purpose of the Earth model is to show members of the public that we can protect the planet by practicing recycling. It also shows what will happen to the planet if we don't practice recycling. I was a bit sad when I saw the Earth model. I felt hopeless when I saw the model of the sick Earth. I think it is everyone's responsibility to protect the planet. Everyone should get into the habit of using reusable bags. If everyone can do so, I believe there is hope for a better future on Earth. It is also our duty to pass on environmental ideals to the generations to come.
To help even-goers realize the importance of safeguarding the planet, prior to the opening of the exhibition, Tzu Chi volunteers used their time after work to make the Earth model.
The biggest challenge we came across was how to incorporate a portable fish pond into the model, because many of us have never had fish before. We had to make sure the fish pond didn't leak and that the water pump worked properly. Some volunteers were asked to design the model.
With this model of the Earth, Tzu Chi volunteers hope to inspire members of the public to join their ranks in safeguarding our planet. Meanwhile, inside the exhibit, Tzu Chi volunteers have brought a home-like atmosphere here by decorating it with second-hand furniture.
We hope to remind members of the public that we don't always have to purchase new furniture. Many unwanted pieces of furniture are still usable, and we should give them a second lease on life.
In fact, Tzu Chi volunteers have already found new owners for the second-hand furniture through a charity bazaar.
A Tzu Chi brother who used to own these pieces of furniture told us that he didn't want to bring them home and would like to donate all the pieces to charity. Since we have so many volunteers coming in and out of the exhibit every day, much of the furniture has already been bought.
The second-hand furniture here looked quite new. I believe many will think that they are brand new. If we can let everyone know that all these are actually second-hand, I think it will help reinforce the concept that we should give reusable items a new lease on life.
By bringing a home-like atmosphere to the exhibit, the volunteers not only gave second-hand furniture a new lease on life, but also helped even-goers realize the importance of cherishing everything they have.
Staying in Malaysia, after 2 weeks of construction, the rebuilding of Tzu Chi Care recipient Wang Yishun's home is finally complete. To help celebrate Move-In Day, Tzu Chi volunteers prepared a feast for the Wang family and friends who came to the housewarming party. Wang Yishun also gave his mother a foot bath to thank her for raising him all these years. With the rebuilding complete on Wang Yishun's house, he is all smiles.
Okay. I'm extremely happy today.
Thanks to Tzu Chi, Wang's dream of giving his family a stable home to live in is finally fulfilled. Wang next helps his blind mother inside the house.
I remember that he has skinny legs, so when he said he was going to fish for a living, I was scared he would fall down and not be able to get back up again.
It's really great that you have helped repair his home and given him so much help.
It's important for a family to be harmonious, so we thought to take this opportunity to bring the family closer together.
At the housewarming party for Wang's new home, Tzu Chi volunteers not only prepared a delicious feast, but also led the husband and wife in a special ceremony.
Never touched your mother's feet before? This is what a mom's feet feels like. She has raised you since young.
Thanks to the volunteers' love and care, the Wang family now has a safe home to live in, while family ties have been strengthened along with the walls. Prior to the festive holiday, Tzu Chi volunteers in Vancouver, Canada, visited a few homeless shelters to bring some gifts for the less fortunate. The gift packs included not only clothes to keep warm, but also Jing's aphorisms to enrich the spirit. We will leave you with these images at the end of the show, and from all of us here at DaAi TV, we wish you a happy holiday.